Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Path of Exile. My name is Wilfred, and previously I've done a video to compare the endgame progress between Marvel Heroes and Diablo 3, and some of you asked about the Path of Exile as well, so I thought maybe I put this into the mix as well, just to share my view on how I feel about Path of Exile in comparing with, say, Marvel Heroes. I mean, both of them are ARPG, both of them are free to play, but I think they are very, very different in many ways. By the way, this is my hideout, this is my player's housing. I decorated this whole area myself. I earned all these cosmetic items and so on. And well, I mean, because of the pet sales, and sometimes it's very hard to resist because the pets are so very cute here. You can have up to two. Like you see, I have two pets here. One is the bat, another is a tiger. And I've got another two more, a black cat, as well as some worms, like, crawling around. I don't know whether you guys have good eyesight, as in you can catch where they are, but they are somewhere. So I don't know. As in when I sort of see them, I'll sort of like point them to the these are worms. You see, these are worms there. Alright, so these are little worm pet, and then there's a black cat somewhere that sometimes you see her crawling around, sometimes not. So what I'll do right now is that I'll show you some of the pets I've bought so far, because in this game everything is just cosmetic. Unlike, say, Marvel Heroes that can boost yourself to do something faster, you can't. Everything here is really according to your skill, according to your experience as well. And I'll just go ahead and call up my pets, and just for you guys to take a look. I've got like elephant, a wolf, a deer, a bird, wallaby. So these are the pets that I've got. And so I'm going to, these are cats. There's a black cat here. Look, she just came up out of nowhere. And each character can carry up to two pets at the same time. So I'm going to put some outside, and after that I'll just unsummon them. So I could actually, I believe I can put it here. So that's my wolf pet. That I can put a deer somewhere as well. Alright, so that's my deer, that's my wolf, that is my wallaby. And after that I can unsummon my pet. I can put my tiger here, and I could also put my bat there. And in that sense, there you go, done. So now my hideout is a lot more lively. You can see, like, wallaby jumping around here, cat is here. You got a tiger, it's being free. There's a nighting bat as well. There's a deer at the back here as well. So yeah, it's wonderful. And meanwhile, I can also, if I remember how, and sometimes after not playing this game for a while, you sort of like, how do I summon a pet really? Right click to take the pet out. Left, right. Okay, so I'll sort this out when I'm in a place other than my hideout. So now let's start with the what is Path of Exile, and why I say that it's a free-to-play game, but it's very, very different from the from Marvel Heroes. Probably what I'll do, I'll just talk a little bit about the game itself, and after that I'll just play a little bit of Path of Exile, because I haven't been playing this for a while, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, Path of Exile is a very, very challenging game. Well, up to a point whereby you figure out a build, or you sort of read up on what is a build to use. If you are purely approaching it from a new player perspective, just want to do your own thing without referencing to any materials outside, you may find it very challenging. Initially, it's very easy, but once you hit in, say, the late level 50 is where, to me, the end games begin. You could level up to 100. So for me, I have leveled up to 91. That's my level. I think 90 is quite a milestone on its own. Beyond 90 is really something you either play a lot or you're very careful, because every time the character dies due to some mechanic, you lose XP 10%, I think. So you may just find yourself like accumulating XP and then lose it. So in a way, the end game is, to me, it's really about testing the build that you have, the experience that you have, the knowledge you have with the game, especially games meta, and to try to progress as far as you can, because there are plenty of like brick walls. They are just like challenges that you cannot overcome if you do not spec your hero or character in a certain way or get certain gear and so on. So for example, if you take a look at the power trees, it's really complex. You could actually pick a lot of very like build defining kind of moments in your build. You could work it yourself, but by and large, it's best if you are new to sort of reference to what's out there. And I've already completed my ascendancy. Now, these are also very hard to get. You have to pass a trial. The trial could take half an hour to 45 minutes, and you cannot die inside. It's full of traps and whatnot that you can easily die inside. So that's yet another thing that's very different from Marvel Heroes. And also, you can't just change your decision on what to pass and whatnot. You have to either earn the refund points, which will be limited, but it's still sufficient. I mean, if you follow my channel, you know that I started off going somewhere below here because of certain gear constraint, but once I get certain gear, I could actually wipe this whole entire path and do something else. You could as well. There are like orbs for you to do it from a crafting perspective, but it costs in-game currency for you to get extra. Now, endgame, what does endgame means? In Path of Exile, it is about your character that you build. Every decision matters, and you try to take it as far as you can. That's endgame number one. People like me, I have a full-time job, so I only have like one character to play. And after one character achieve certain challenges within the league or seasons in Diablo 3, I kind of like, okay, that's fine, I take a break. But for a lot of people, they will start with a character that's cheap to gear first. But then after that, you would continue to sort of like roll another character that's more expensive but more fun, more like faster kill time. And so your progression is not just one character, but a series of characters for you to do. So a couple of things, you could either do it character by characters, or you could say within the character itself, you wipe off some of these points and try to rebuild your character in a different way. Some people do like do that stuff, right? So that is also one of the end game to just challenge yourself as far as you can. Within the league itself, there's always challenges. For example, you could actually take a look at your challenges and over here. For example, there are, I believe, 40 challenges, and to gain all 40 of them is really a feat on its own. So I slowly, on my first league, I get like 12, and after that I get like a bit more, 15. Then on my third one, I've got 25 so far. So that is what I have, as of today. But there's plenty. There are plenty of things to play for. From a Path of Exile in-game perspective. And how about gear? I don't find that, to be very honest, and this is a confession in some sense, some of this gear, the gear level is not that high. I mean, some of them you can start gearing at 60s. That is your end-game gear. Getting end-game gear, to me, if you started off with a cheap build, is not difficult. You can get all these chaos orbs or those kind of items to trade. So trading in this game is a must. In Path of Exile, trading is a must. You can do without trading as well. Not saying that you cannot, but it's just a little bit slower, or quite a fair bit slower for those who are inexperienced. Especially in Diablo 3, you need friends. You need to play with other people to progress. In Marvel Heroes, as I always say, you need money, because that is how you get all the booster to get you faster, more loot and stuff like that. So again, it's a different thing. Path of Exile has nothing that you can pay to win. Nothing you can pay to play as well. It's just pure skill, knowledge, and the perseverance to get to the end game. Get a series of end games. So and another thing you could do is that, for me, I like decoration like this and stuff like that. So you could actually level up your masters. Like for example, this one, the master, I've got level 8 already. Each master you do your daily quests here as well. Daily quests, some of them could be quite fun. I'm going to do a little bit of Zana, just a bit. But what you do is that you earn something called favor.
Ready for the hunt?
And then you can purchase decorations. Again, you don't need to pay real money for it. You could for some items, but by and large, the whole entire decoration here is what I've earned. So each one of them will cost like favor and stuff like that. So another in-game progression for me is cosmetic, purely cosmetic. All these items, all these like arrangement, whatnot, it's just purely to me, it's still a progression. And every time when people visit my hideout, be as trading or whatnot, they always enjoy just hanging around. And sometimes I find it a little bit odd because I really want them to like, it's time to go away, but they don't, and they just walk around and just maybe take some picture here and there. But yeah, I mean, I understand that. I put a lot of time and effort to sort of like, make this my home, and now it's a lot of pets running around, and I'm rather happy. So that is also another progress. And last but not the least, I think in Path of Exile, at least for me, farming gear is not really the end game for me, because I get orbs, I can buy gears. But what I find it interesting is that in Path of Exile, it's all about unlocking content. There's a whole series of content out there. I can show you the Atlas screen as well. These are all the fixed maps that you have. So all these maps you could do. There's overall 126 of them. And right now I'm 80, so I still have quite a fair bit to play for actually. But this is the part whereby you can progress. You can't. There's no danger room kind of thing that you can just like easily get a scenario, or like Diablo, you just farm a key and then do Greater Rift. Here you have to farm the actual map itself. So for example, if I want to do something like this one here, like evacuation, excavation map, if I don't have that map in my inventory, I can't play it. So I have to keep playing along the path, try to farm the item so that I can use it. And then ultimately, of course, the shaper is somewhere in the middle here. So, again, it's a lot of content out there that you have to unlock through a lot of playing. So you keep playing to unlock content. And of course, the higher the content, the more loot it is. You can do more trading. And then after that, you can use the currency that you trade and purchase the item for the more expensive build that you have. That could be more fun and faster kill time and so on. That is all about it. So I'm going to just play a little bit of like dailies here with this mapping. So mapping is one of the end game that we do, and of course this daily is also one of the things that we do. Now I have not been playing this for a long time, so if I appear very if I appear very clumsy, just my apologies in advance, because really something that I haven't been doing for like a while. So I need to slay the rogue exile and make sure I don't die. So what happened is that mapping usually have 6 entries. So unlike say Marvel Heroes, everything is rather forgiving. You can keep dying. You just lose maybe extra loot box. Here is if you die, then you just lose the entrance. You can't get the objective at all. So usually there are 6 portals, but in this particular scenario there's only 1. So wish me luck. So I just try to remember how to play this one, and I can also, I think, I can also, there you go, tab. Take a look at this one. These are all the affixes. So all the maps, although they are fixed, but they have a lot of very interesting affixes that when they combine to each other, give you a very unique experience. So although the map is the same, but every time I go in is actually rather different. And by the way, let me just get my pets out. Alright. These are my 2 pets. Yeah, beautiful stuff. And now I have a beta key for the 3.0, which is not something I actually asked for. I remember what I needed. I need a golem. There you go. That's a golem. So I'm just going to relax and play if I still remember how to play this. Alright. And this game can be rather kind of like challenging as well. If there's a lot of things going on. Although for those people who may not be experienced, they always think that this game is all about just one power. But no, there's a lot of flask management. There's a lot of like situation observing what's going on, when to pop certain flasks and when to do certain things and stuff like that. To observe the aura that I remember what I need to do. The aura that I need to use, and when do you keep buffing yourself on certain things like blood rage and stuff like that I use. So for example, these are the things that usually I'll just take a look, and some of these orbs that I can collect as well. So it's a bit of knowledge of what to collect, what don't need to collect and stuff like that. So again, it's about observing all these like things that are going on here, all this buff here. The green one are good news. The red ones are bad news, and you can actually see rather clearly what goes on here. All right, so It's one of those things. Now things may appear easy and relaxing, but sometimes there is a lot of sudden death in Path of Exile. It's very, very, very different from Marvel Heroes, of course. And another thing is that I see these are map, by the way. You farm for map and farm for content, but although the map is rather low level. Another thing I found about the Path of Exile, which is also very much like the Diablo 3 in terms of responsiveness, is that the character is very responsive from where I'm from. So I'm from Singapore, which is somewhere in Asia. I never ever have problem with any of this latency issue in Diablo 3 nor in Path of Exile, but the issue comes largely from Marvel Heroes when the character is just not very responsive, and that is usually the Rogue Exile is right in front. These are probably the tougher kind of monster. I have to be a little bit careful. I don't want to die inside, because when you die inside, you lose a chance to. So done. I've completed that. So there's one of the two Rogue Exile that I need to kill off. Now, loot-wise, I don't think there's anything here. I think some of this could be one of those you can exchange for, say, the the certain ops and stuff like that. But it's not really the scope of this this video to talk too much about the crafting part. Which, I mean, the end game is also about crafting as well. In Marvel Heroes, there aren't really a lot of crafting. The crafting is very, very just shallow in some sense. But in Path of Exile, the crafting is rather deep, though, I must say. So that's another end game for you. In a very different way from Marvel Heroes. So I think so all these are also orbs that you can exchange for later on in just a bit. So yeah, I always enjoy playing. So there is a card. There's quite a lot of mobs going on, and these are the moments that sudden death can happen if you are not careful about what's around you. So that is I'm trying to say. Sometimes in Path of Exile, it's like you feel very relaxed. After a while, your guard is down, and then bam, you're dead because you forgot to see that there's a reflect. There's some debuff on you, or there are things that you shouldn't walk inside, and stuff like that. So there's a Rogue Exile coming in. That is very much like what I did as well. So that is it. This game is kind of interesting. They kill you fast. I kill them also very fast. So it's a very, very fast action game. Very fast. So another thing about it is that, from an end game perspective, while you don't really go for a lot of gear kind of farming. Well, at least not at my level. You could actually farm for gear, but I trade, which is a lot easier. But you could farm for gear as well. Okay, so boss time here. So sometimes you need some reaction and just going around a little bit. Yep, so that's done. Boss is down. And you can actually see how many of them is down. Only left with, say, 26 left, which is not quite a lot. There's still a bit here and there. So yeah, that is all really. I've managed to complete the daily, which is kind of easy because it's a level 75 kind of thing. I could do a tougher one. Should I do that? I could do a tougher one, but this video may get a little bit longer. Why not do that, right? So that is so that's done on my dailies, and always nice to do a little bit of dailies. Inventory management is not as easy as Diablo 3, however, it's definitely not as tedious as the Marvel Heroes. So you just need to know what to sell, and some of this become orbs and so on. This one, you can actually try to transform it into a very unique item. That's what I usually do. With the chance orb. So again, it comes with experience, and you know what it is, then no, this is not.
Glad you made it back.
So I'm trying to, a gambling system there, trying to make this a very good item, so which didn't turn out to be right. So let me just chuck all these things into my inventory. And then I can do another map that could be a little bit harder. just for the fun of it, really. Because I think I have not been playing this one, and every time I play a little bit, I kind of like happy that I play. Let me see, I've got there is some map that put inside here, map 12 and stuff like 13, 11 kind of thing. I don't know, 14. Well, 14 is a little bit. I'm a bit rusty, so kind of. I'm not quite sure whether I can do something that's too hard. So if I do a gorge, let me just you know what, shipyard. Yeah, I mean I'm trying to see which one is fun. A vault. So for example, I can do a vault and something not too. Let me just check whether I've got a vault or not. So I have not done a vault, and I'll get a bonus if I kill a boss of corrupted rare version. Right, so it's something like that. Now the problem now is that I have not researched on on how to play this map. So I probably would make some mistake here and there. But then again, I'm not leveling, so I'm not really a problem. So okay, this need to be corrupted. So I'll just do my best to see what I can do. To corrupt this guy, you can do a couple of things here. Let me see my crafting. So this is about crafting the map that you want to do things that you want, and the challenge is up to you. But I think let's start with making it a blue one first. So some of these affixes I like or do not like. So I don't really like this affix. So I could use this to. Oops, sorry. I could use this to reroll. I don't know, enfeeble. I don't really like enfeeble. Alright, so I'm fine with that. And convert this one into a yellow one as well, which is using this one to a yellow one. Oops, sorry. Oh man, I forgot that I could. Man, I haven't done this for a long time. So basically, I should have done this one onto that one. So I can wipe it off as well. Just bear with me. There's somewhere I can like wipe this thing off. Man, where can I wipe something off? And I think it's okay. So I can wipe this off. So this become a white again. Let me just dump a alchemy there. All right. So I do not want to curse with the this is terrible. So I could actually use a chaos to craft this one. I also don't quite like this one, and the chill ground, whatever unique boss has. Well, this is going to be a tough boss, but I mean let's just do it, right? I mean then I can do a violet to corrupt it and lock certain kind of affixes. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. So that's fine. It becomes unidentified. So I'm going to do an unidentified map that I've never been before. It's part of the end game, by the way. So as to earn. So what am I paying for? Again, is to earn one extra point somewhere here at the vault, so that here become 81 instead of 80. So I have 81 chance for the map to drop one tier or higher. Part of the end game end game is to do all these things. So let's go. So now what it really means that I have 6 chances to do it. Every time when I die, my character die, I have to get back in again and lose 1 chance. So you can't just like keep trying and doing stuff, right?
Beyond imagining, locked beyond reach.
Right, okay. I'm just a bit conscious about the map itself. I try not to. Okay, there are 3 of them here, man. This is going to be rather, man. Now, of course, if you are experienced, you go for clear speed and try to kill things as fast as you can. This is the essence that I do not want to miss. So
I can't do this just yet.
all right, so that is done. I've got the Orb of Alchemy and 3 extra essence for my crafting. So that is not bad. That's not bad, really. Let's take a look at this side. No, nothing more. And since it's a rather, it's not a high-level map, but at least it's a map that, it's a corrupted map. So it's good to open up the chest that you see, or well, there's a locked door as well. What are these, man? These are like. There's a lever there, man. I have no idea what is it for. So there's a bit of puzzle here. Like I said, it's my first time doing this dungeon, so I'm just going to see what happened to. Why is that like a lever there? What if I pull the lever? I think. Oh, I see what you mean. There is like a. I don't know whether there will be sudden death if I do this. Alright, so there is. I don't know. That is rather interesting. First time here. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just like okay, so there's a flask. There's I don't need that anymore. Or this like so let's see what kind of chest it is. Nothing much really. So there is a locked door there. So this is a vault. So I guess vault has some kind of locked door mechanism. So that's locked as well. There's a lever here. Well, there's monster coming out from here as well. Let me do a totem inside. I think I love the music though, by the way. You know, I don't know whether I should confess it in YouTube or not. I wasn't actually quite sure if I would like to play the 3.0. I know a lot of you sort of like, been very encouraging for me to this game, kind of like, Path of Exile. But the reason why is that, it really is so hard that it sucked all my energy away. This is a tier 12 map. And like it's one of those things that I feel like do I want to do it again because it's just so hard. I mean, the whole ascendancy, the whole about leveling it to 90 was really hard for me as well because oh wow. So leveling to 90 is kind of hard in many ways. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to just take a break from this game, but then because of the pet sale. And I've got like some nice lovely pets and I've got myself a beta key, so now I'm in a dilemma here. Should I play a beta or not? Now the reason why I sort of think about that is because I prefer to play finished product. I never quite like test environment, to be honest. The reason why I do it for Marvel Hero is because I know a lot of you want to know firsthand what is happening, but then I'm not. Wow, hang on a second. I see some fire everywhere. Yeah, so, unlike Marvel Heroes, whereby I know some of you are relying on me to give you some kind of insight on what is to come, I'm not really a guru in Path of Exile. I'm just one of the players who happens to enjoy the game, happen to be able to do some, I mean, with a lot of you guys' helps and advice. Wow, that was, you see what I mean? Now I see a linked item, but these are not like, let me see what I've got here. So this is like it's not 6 link, it's 3 plus 4 plus 2. So after a while you kind of know what is good, what is not, and what to pick up and so on. Right, so that is done, and I think from a vault perspective, there must be something that I need to unlock or some lever I need to pull. I have no idea. Probably somewhere here that I need to pay attention. Yep. And there's some totem that will keep all these monsters alive if I don't kill them first. You know what? Maybe I should just pick some of these like gems up. It will convert into a gem for me. Not gem, the orb. So So now I believe I've opened up almost everything, and all these things are just like 3. Okay. Whoa, I got superior map, but it's tier 12 though. Tier 12 is Right, so this is the I don't really have a good feel on this, man, seriously. A bit of concentration here because I have no idea what to expect. But what is a goblin thingy? So I'm just going to observe the pattern of the boss a little bit before I do anything stupid. Whoa! Oh wow, he leaps, man. Woo! Oh! So that's what I meant, man. So it's like, well, I think I should have opened up a portal somewhere. Let me just go back to my checkpoint. So that was exciting. So what I need to do. Whew. So I think I'll just like patiently kite around a little bit and the. Alright, so that is one. I always forgot to. So now that I lost one chance, so it's kind of good demonstration. Sometimes this game can be rather hard and kind of like, unforgiving. This is definitely a very, very challenging game. And by the way, I lost all my XP. So I have live demonstrated the penalty of the of losing or getting killed just one shot. So so that is the hard part about getting anything beyond 9. Even leveling up is kind of hard in this game. So I'm just going to open up a portal here in case if I do anything stupid, which I probably certainly will. Come on, Wilfred, you can do it. So in any case, if I get defeated again, I can sort of like, what are these? Ooh, I think it was the ground. And oh wow! Ooh! What have I done? Oh, I won. So, and I've got a tier 13 map. Wow, this is, and I've you see that's cool, man, because I've done a tier 12 and I loot a tier 13, and my heart is beating really fast right now, and that's how exciting it is. I mean, there's really no other game that give me the kind of like excitement, the sudden excitement. I mean, I know Diablo 3 is actually rather. Oh wow, what is this guy, man? I know Diablo 3 is rather exciting as well, but this is taking excitement to a whole new level kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, that's the end really. My apology for the defeat though, but not that I care. Now I'm 91, but it's always good not to get defeated in some sense. So if I look back on whether this run has been profitable, besides the XP loss, of course, then I've got like it was a tier 12 map. I've got another 12 and 12 and 13. I think it's rather profitable, because I get advancement from there, and that is, by the way, that is what I mean by the progression, because in order to unlock content, you have to do that. But the reason why I've got all this loot is because I've done some crafting to it. So the higher the difficulties of the map, the more reward it is, and it is really up to you from a crafting point of view how you want to do it. So I hope you get some idea that this game is a lot more in depth in terms of the progression. If you come from a Marvel Heroes perspective, it's not for the faint-hearted ones. It is very, very hard, extremely challenging, but it's free to play. Everything is just cosmetic, like all these pads, all this armor here, if you don't want to pay a cent, I mean, you can still play as well. You don't have to pay anything. The inventory is rather generous as well. So yeah, I hope I give some idea on what the difference between Marvel Heroes and the Path of Exile. And if you'd like to read up my friend's comment, reciprocate, by the way, I've pinned his comment below, because I think he is very experienced in both Diablo 3 and Path of Exile, as well as Marvel Heroes. So his view is kind of like very unique as well. Mine is just from the new player, or sort of a little bit slightly more experienced player perspective, how far I've gone from the progression point of view, why it is so fun in some sense, and why Marvel Hero is still lacking a lot in terms of content-wise, content progression itself. I mean, don't forget about gear content itself. So yeah, I'll see you next time, and I hope whatever you do, enjoy. And if you are following me for the Path of Exile kind of like videos, I have every intent to get into a 3.0, especially now I have the beta key and a whole set of outlaw kind of like a costume to go along with it, all this outlaw stuff that go along with it. So yeah, I mean, it should go without saying that I'll probably be playing a little bit of 3.0 when it is live. And I hope by then my Necromancer will be like, Greater Rift, I don't know, X. I'm very humble. 60 is fine with me. Alright, see you next time. Goodbye.